All right. C1x Updates, episode 3. Yeah, 3. Hopefully I haven't lost count already. I don't think I got even a quarter of the road to launch ones right. So, we got big changes to do today. So, in the last video, I spent a lot of time getting these widgets to look nicer. And the way that I was thinking about this was that I didn't want to impact, with the detailed stats, the basic use of C1x. So for people that didn't want them, it would work exactly the same. And my thought process there was that I would just put everything in a dialog, which is like this little pop-up here. And if people had them disabled, then the dialog just wouldn't show. And that would be pretty straightforward. But I have, as I've been putting these together, like I think they look better than they did before the video yesterday. But to me, it still just doesn't look great. I think the dialog popping up does overcomplicate things. I was talking about it with Michaela last night, and she had the idea, which in hindsight is obvious, but is not one that had occurred to me yet, which is just make it a different view. This is what the base C1x could look like, but then if you are using detailed stats, you just go to a different view altogether. And it would largely look the same way as this, but then that way, instead of having this extra dialog pop up, it could all be a part of this screen here. Would make it quite a bit more intuitive. And I like that. So that's what we're going to do. So. First and foremost, deep stats. I guess I don't want to do this yet. But here's what we will do. Under scoring management, we're going to make a new file that is deep round scorecard dart. And we're going to take what I have here currently, all 1,500 lines of it, and we're going to copy paste. For starters, I want this to work basically exactly the same. Right? So we're going to throw this in there. Now for this page, we're going to take out everything that has anything to do with deep stats. Let me commit to myself that this is actually the direction I want to go in. Before I delete stuff, I think it is. Because it's a hefty view. And I don't know, like it does seem silly to have a lot of the code twice. Because my thought process at the moment is that I would basically make all of this look the same. Oh my, hold on. My capture already froze. Let's do this. Let's clear out a little space. All right, now let's restart this. Okay. So my initial thought process here was that this would all stay the same, and then I would update the deep stat stuff down here. Maybe I'd give the page a different background, give it a slightly different appearance so it looks like something unique, but technically does not have to be its own view. Although it feels like it is a substantial portion of this. Primary button, we've got options menu here, so this would all stay the same. This would stay the same. This is changing the whole par. Same thing here, so this would stay the same. this will all stay the same. Update throwing from, throws. If round is over, this is going to stay the same, and then else. So everything from here down, which really isn't that much. That's what I would be trying to change. Like, I would end up with a lot of duplicate code, but it would give me the flexibility to make some design changes without writing excess code. Like, I could just write a different view instead of giving every single widget on here an if-else statement. The thought process that I guess I'm a little hesitant against is, like, let's say, you know, after the fact I come change something about the way this whole par works. Maybe I make it so people can change hold distances during the round. Then if I make this two separate views, if the regular C1x is one view and the deep round stats is one view, then just every time I make a change like that, I have to make sure I make it twice. But I guess ultimately what I could do is just make it its own view, and then anytime I encounter a situation where I'm changing something that does exist in both views, I'll just take a little bit of extra time at that point then and refactor the widget out just so I can use it in both. Yeah, okay. I think I can make that work. So, yes, I'm going to break things out. And then the nice thing about that too is if I do start to screw stuff up with the deep stats, I always have the base file here that does work exactly as it's supposed to. So let's get rid of that. Show dialog. This is all the deep stats dialog. Right? It is, so I could get rid of the, it's the show dialog here. Yeah, so we can get rid of the whole then statement, which is here. Yeah, okay. All right, and then here we get rid of this whole if statement. We get rid of the print statement. And then I think we're good. Unused import, yeah. Okay, so let's do a quick reset sanity check here. Make sure that round scorecard works the same. Confirm erase, let's start a round. Yeah, fairway. Basket. Okay. And things like the undo button, that's going to have to differ based on whether we're in deep stats or not, so that's okay. So now round scorecard is going to work the same, and then we get into the deep stats view, which is where we might run into issues. I have an icon that I'm using in settings for deep stats, and I think that's kind of what I want to Maybe I throw it next to the whole number. Whole. Return whole count. Return whole count, and then I call it up here. Okay. Left, left, top round is over. Okay. So maybe I just refactor this. We throw it in a row. Nope, not like that. Icon. Comma. Const. Okay, I guess in one thing, just well, I guess we can have some fun and do a lot of stuff without checking, and then we'll go implement it at the end. Maybe that'll be entertaining. Deep stats enabled, column gesture detector, stack, gradient, center, insights rounded. That's what I need. Insights rounded here. 30 should work for now. So this is going to display next to the whole. Give me a const. Yeah, width 10. We'll center it. Oh, there we go. Okay, let me close round scorecard out just to make sure that I never accidentally make changes in that. So at least I'll show the icon here. That way I can know that I'm going to the right view, because the regular one won't have it, but I'm going to display that same icon I'm using in the settings next to the whole number at least. Just so it's clear to users too, that you're in the deep stats one. It should be pretty obvious, but you know. Now, I guess one positive of this is that I will get a lot more room to work with. I'd still like to use these buttons. And I guess the buttons could just be a part of so I'm still going to have the issue here of this is our whole count, not here. Pars will leave the same right now. If not showing whole distance, that's going to stay the same. If the round is not over, this isn't changing. If round is over, that's not changing. Expanded. All right. So this is where we're at. Spacing them evenly, column, sized box, width, height, and the buttons. That's how I'm fitting things in here. Okay. Now it's time to hop into ChatGPT. I need to fit a widget within a view which to display multiple pages in C1x. I know there is the page view option where the user can swipe left, right to navigate between pages. I'm wondering if there are any other options, including custom unique ones, to accomplish this. This is the thing I think that ChatGPT is best for, is a little bit of brainstorming. Page view can go vertical. I don't think vertical works better. If you discrete pages, you can manually swap widgets with animations, not swipe based, more like favorite. Tabs plus swipe gestures. Feels appy rather than custom. Tab strip. Less heavily, yeah. Stack of pages, animate their positions. I don't want the animations to be excessive. The carousel might be useful because that is something that I already use on the main menu. Like I think that this is that same. This part right here is that same widget. We can go check. Carousel options. Yeah, carousel slider. So where's that import? Here. Let's drop that up here. So many lines of code. I'm gonna say it's unused right now, but that's gonna change, so don't worry about it. Okay. Else. Let's go down to that carousel slider here. I can use screen height. So I could make it match padding, edge insets all 5. Scorecard button. So I've got 0.2 plus 5. So we could go like 0.65. And that should fit everything. Screen width, screen height, 0.2, only 5 pixels of padding in between them. So I should have no issues there. So whoa. Let's take this carousel slider. Let's drop it in here. Can I get an easy format here? I can. Nice. On page changed. Set state. I don't know what that needs to be yet, so we'll block that out. Items. Courses for display as map entries. Where do I use courses for display? I've got 1, 2, 3, and then it's just an array of strings. Okay. Unchanged. Options. Do I use index in the course? So the key is I see. I see what the point is here. Okay. I think we can do something similar here. I can leave those errors down there for now. Let's go up here. Let's go var pages for selection equals. Yeah, this honestly doesn't matter. All right, I had throw type, release angle, flight path, execution grade, shot miss. And then we're going to interject the sixth one, which is going to be these shot locations. That should be an okay start at least. Point being that I think I can just interject this down here now. Pages for selection. Current course index was, I guess, just another variable I created. I did that showing the dialog. Current. So I could just, we could do the same thing up here. Essentially, I can just create another variable that is current page. Current page equals 0. Current page. Pages for selection. We're not going to do this right now. So actually I didn't need to format that. We're just deleting this. Course tags. Okay. I actually don't think I did this very well. I think they're slightly off center. Okay. So that is the slider. Carousel. Then I guess I have. So maybe we start by grabbing the categories. We're going to throw those way up here. I need the structure way down below. Yeah. Okay. And then I really need to break the buttons out. Oh, man. To break these guys out. Kind of sucks. I don't want to do that. don't want to do that. So would I just not include? There's no way I can do that. It's going to be a part of the page view, which it is. Man. Oh, where do I calc that again? That's it? Okay. So maybe that can go up here as well. Is for putting is equal to false. And then I have these then statements. Right, because that's what I'm passing. I should get rid of these entirely. previous throwing from for deep stats equals update throwing from. And that's what I'm passing every time. Yeah. That should be fine. Okay. So that goes away. I'm going to drop the entirety of that then statement. Right? What did I do wrong there? Missing that too. Yeah. And then the other one is down here, where we're also going to drop this whole if statement. Okay. So now we should be updating is for putting appropriately. I've got to break those out into a widget, man. This might be a good challenge for ChatGPT here. Everything inside this for loop. Does that fit, or was it the outside one? I think it was the outside one. All right. Let's just go to a new chat here. Currently call the below for loop inside to display a number of buttons and actions when they are pressed. Extract this entire loop into its own widget. The ability to still receive and return all of the arguments which it currently impacts and changes. Let's find out. Maybe this will work. The perk of creating this all in its own deep stats view, though, is I know that regardless, at least right now, I'm not screwing with anything in the original. All right, so we need to look at these side by side. Okay. Inside of the set state, we have for loop, I had ability to show an alert dialog. Can I do the same here? Okay. So let's go back here then, and everything inside that set state I need to copy. So we'll try and keep this at the same line so I can so I think there. Maybe just the one extra bracket. I think so. Okay. I did not copy the set state there. So now I'm going to just do that. Oh, and I copied that twice as well. Yeah. Okay. So that has everything in it. That's the full set state. And then we're updating the parent state. And on update parent state, I do that. Okay. And then the idea is that I take that whole thing out and I just use it in the parent widget like this. Okay. It is a lot. It is a lot. Let's make sure I get the whole thing here. Yeah, let's call it that. Okay. All right, it is going to make me import, which is fine. Scoring management. Main landing options. Nope, not there. Okay. This is gonna get so effed up the first time I go through this. That's okay. So now I think I'm gonna add it to the throwing categories here. So we're going shot intention, shot intention, shot intention. Then we're gonna go, that's not what I wanted. Speed, whatever. And then this is going to be main landing options. And let's break all these out here. Okay. And I guess we could start by just going and fixing some of this stuff. Scorecard. So this is just me missing a bunch of imports. That is the one. Yeah, okay. Add information. Page background colors. Widget.screen width. Current score has to be a string. That's what we're getting at here. Yeah, okay. So that's good now. Missing some imports here. Throw type selector. Yeah. Zero. All right, and release angle dial, deep stats labels, flight path map. that not what it's called? Definitely is. Okay, so we're just not getting the import. Shot miss. Distance bullseye. Is putt distance. Putting distance. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, and then I also need putting location. Oh, putting location. Great, now on state changed. And what is this one? Main landing options. Oh, it's supposed to be that. Why didn't we? Thought I just copied and pasted it, but evidently I missed this part. All right, now does penalty graphic need to be shown? Let's initialize there. So I just need to initialize it higher, I think. We can do that. Is it not defined up here? What am I missing here? Sure looks like it's there. it is here. It does, though. Round scoring state. I just told you exactly how I call That needs to be up there, I guess. Is that gonna fix the issue here? Yeah, okay. That is fine. And now for mark completed. I am probably going to want this. Okay, let's just get rid of this for now. I do not have an error in the app, which is good. Now, under the main menu, Some options. Here we go. If deep else. Let's go up to main. I'll create the import here. Const deep stats round scorecard name is equal to that. Deep stats round scoring. Like so. All right, deep stats round scoring. Where is round scorecard here? And this is deep round scorecard. Perfect. And then on the main menu, now I can use that here. Deep round scorecard name. Let's make it consistent here. Deep stats round scoring name. It's equal to that. All right. There is surely not a chance that this is going to work, but we're going to make a step in the right direction at least. Else, I've got the slider. We're showing all the items. This part I do need to hide at the moment. All right. Being pretty slow at the moment, so we'll try closing ChatGPT again. All right, so importantly, we disable deep stats. This should work exactly the same. Looks good. Okay, now. Okay. So all kinds of errors, obviously. Box constraints. Height not normalized. And that happened where? Is it going to show it in the stack? No. So here, instead of that, I basically just copied the if round is over. else, and I'm just showing the carousel slider, what I was doing previously. Too far. If round is over, else. All right, so maybe I can just throw this in a size box, and we throw a width, screen width, height, screen height times 0.65. Let's see what that gives me. Non-stop errors, perhaps. Let's go back. What, like if I hide the entirety of this sized box, do I get the error? You'd have to assume not, right? Because otherwise it should be structured the exact same as my previous scorecard was. Yeah, I just get nothing. So the issue definitely lies here. This block of code is causing the issue. Understand how, as the widget is wrapped in a sized box with remove height from the carousel options. Okay. Come on, just restart. Try and close some stuff out, make this a little bit faster here. Okay, so that did not fix the issue. Gotta assume that those aren't gonna fix the issue, but did not. Okay. Remove that. Yeah, builder. And then we were saying height here is equal to constraints dot max height. Right. 0.98, still kept that at true. Okay, reset it. Maybe. Yeah, still the same thing. I feel like I'm just commenting a bunch of stuff out without really knowing what's doing the trick here. Still getting those errors, still getting them within throw type. Throw type 118. I don't know why I capitalized that, but that's all right. Do I pass the height? Yeah, I'm passing height to that. More height. I don't know if this could actually be causing the issue, but in my mind it's worth a shot. At least see if throw type is still causing this specific issue there. Because everything is based off of these distance card height. progress. Uh-huh. Why is it so big? It's going to full screen height. If I do that. Uh-huh. It's better. Still missing everything else though. Okay, so then on release angle, what, do I have the same issue then? Can try it. All right. Give me a full reset here. Okay, now only overflows. Okay. Release angle is overflowing, I know that. 31 pixels, 16 pixels, 46 pixels. Force is an infinite height. So that's got to be a similar issue to what I have already. Let's go to throw type here. I'm not getting errors, so I should be able to go one at a time. What if I comment that out? No change. Children. Distance card height, available height, remaining height. Why aren't my buttons showing? That I don't understand. Do I need to min it or what? I may just not be doing anything at all. Maybe we maybe we do this. Yeah. But still, where are my buttons? It won't show. Oh, why won't they show? We are trying to build. Width and height. What's getting passed? Available height. 932, 605. Seems to be calculating as it should. Distance card is showing. I don't understand. Any idea why my distance card is showing here, but the build raised buttons are not? ChatGPT says I'm an idiot. Still didn't fix the issue though. No, you told me to hide them. Yeah. Am I not actually fitting it in 0.65? Getting closer. But we're still overflowing, so maybe that should be 0.6. No, 6.5 seems okay. Can I see the bottom of it? I can see the bottom of it. So what is overflowing? Throw type. Available height. -10. Main height. Bottom. But I'm still overflowing. What is overflowing? I don't. 24 pixels on the bottom, right? That's what it said. That says 16. Let's just reset again. $16 pixels on the bottom. Deep round scorecard 345. This is overflowing? What, the bounds of safe area? Is that what where I'm at here? But if I make the whole thing smaller, I'm still overflowing. Yeah, so that's, although 6.9, so that does seem to be affecting things here. Yeah. I guess maybe I just fix all of the issues first, and then we can jump into what the heck is going on here. What did I just go back to throw type here? Available height is 0.6. Yeah. And I am at 0.63. Available width and bar height. Available width. So buttons are a little wonky, but this is close. Build raised button. Button width, available height. Alright, so how am I calculating button width? Available width divided by 3. What's the issue? Width, because I hid these guys? Okay. Next. Now we're on to the, let's do a reset again. Onto the execution grade. This is hard because I feel like I'm just taking a bunch of steps backward, but this will eventually be worthwhile. Yeah. Okay. Only overflowed by 100,000 pixels. That's not bad. Render flex overflowed by 33 pixels, 1087. What's this? Okay, let's go to, I'll keep that one open in case I need it. Flight path is the one that's having issues now. So we'll dive into this. I need to use the same things. Throw type. available width and available height. Just start with that. Okay. Reset again, maybe? Still getting errors and a big overflow, I think. Grid view builder, item builder, column. Because of the expanded, is this? Is that my issue? This is showing just fine, so it's got to have something to do with that expanded. I wonder if we refactor this in a sized box and I go width available, width, height available, height. Yeah, can I get a full? Not dynamically changing with the card. Okay, noted. Uh-huh. And what? Shot misses. Crashing it there? Yeah, okay. Let's go to shot miss. Let me go grab those same constraints. Shot miss. Not here. Let me get rid of size there. It should throw some errors for me. Eventually, it is. Very slow at the moment. Let's try closing ChatGPT again. How about now? Why is it slow? Come on. Oh, it's completely frozen on me. It is as laggy on my screen as it is for anyone that happens to be watching this. So. Trying to go faster, but it's still not registering the changes. We'll get there though. Oh, frozen again. Come on, you can do it. This is silly. Let's see if it's the simulator. Dart snapshot. So what the terminal is? Can I just do a stop? I did not tell you to start a debug session. There we go. How did I turn? What is? I did not hit start another debug session. So what is running here? I don't know. Did the simulator actually stop? It did not. Search for projects. All right, I might be killing and then reopening verse code here. Everything right? Yeah, everything is saved. All right, close it out. Oh. Quit. Is it the simulator? Still says I'm using a crazy amount of memory. So it must be on the simulator then. Uh-huh. All right, so we're good now. Let's try to open it back up. was hoping to just fix these issues and then maybe call the video for the day. On some of the slow error stuff, I don't have more than 2 hours in me. If I'm like diving into new features where everything is like working really smoothly, then I can roll for 3 or 4 hours and have in the past, but I can't for this one. Let's see how we're working now. Hopefully it's still fast. This feels like it's been a very low energy video. It's all right. It happens. This will be an important change, though. I guess I can't talk through what the view is going to look like because I don't have the simulator running yet, but like getting all of those additional logging widgets into the main view instead of on a little pop-up. If I just change the background of that view and then get rid of the backgrounds of all those individual features, then I think it looks pretty clean. We'll keep the like landing zone buttons the same as they are on the regular C1x, same colors and everything. I like the carousel slider. That seems a little bit more intuitive than like a page swiper like we had in the pop-up. Yeah. I think so. Now we'll just wait for this to build. Who knows, maybe those last changes will work and I won't have to do anything else. Build's done. That's great. It's trying. Tis trying. Okay. So we've got an overflow on the bottom. So I'm going to have this issue when you swipe on the carousel. Like the view technically shrinks and my views are not updating based on that. So that is what I need to get to here. So you can see the overflow's there until it gets to full size and then it's not. Same thing here. Still getting blank there. Forces an infinite height, so I'm still getting an infinite height on this guy. top height. It might be the column that needs to be wrapped here. The sized box. Height, top height. And then I'll try getting rid of this. Maybe. It won't reset it. This is how I get things to freeze. Jeez. Let's do the rebuild again. This is silly. There we go. Why aren't you closed? Go away. Okay, let's try it again. Errors exist. Okay, how about now? Just multitasking while I'm waiting for this. Still nothing. Whoops, we're going. Are we working? You know, that's the question here. No, we're not. We're not. All right, can I get a reset in real quick before this thing loses its mind? I did. Wonderful. All right, so that didn't seem to work. Width and height, available height, disk size based on the height. Those are based on the correct thing. Do I use it here? No. Available height, button width. 9.6. Can I get a reset and just actually get to see what the error is here? No, not that. Is the execution grade the issue? Oh, I guess that's. I'm fixing the wrong widget. Oh, I thought this is the one I was on, but that one looks great. Dang it. No wonder this doesn't make any sense. Let's see if it'll give me a reset. Nice. All right, execution grade. And to give me these same things here, available width, available height. All right. Haha. Now we're rolling. All right, I mean, yeah, it's not great by any means, but technically it's working. Technically it's working. How do I... So really, I'm trying not to use this dialog at all. I shouldn't be. I don't think I'm calling it once. T Brown scorecard. I return the carousel slider. Height constraints max height. All right. Let's open ChatGPT back up again. If I can fix this issue, we'll probably call it there. And then the nice thing is that I should then be able to just immediately dive into the making it all look better. But I think we largely have the view rebuilt. One thing to test would be to see if those buttons will still work the same in the normal C1x. But we'll see. Can't even get ChatGPT to load now. Come on. Seriously? Can I not? Why you no work? Did my internet just go to crap? Is that what happened? Sure seems like it. It's good. It's good. Oh, work for me. Pretty please. Oh, it's trying. Come on. What is this? Where did the search bar go? I can't type. That's not what I clicked on. We might be SOL here. I was just going to try and ask it how to make the height here dynamically update. Because I guess on the main menu, everything does shrink there. So how did I do it? You are not connected to the internet. I am, though. But I am. Sized box, height equals screen height, and large center page is equal to true, viewport fraction, items, return builder. Card, child container, child center column, main axis alignment, children, putting categories, widget builder. Is it because they're defining their own height and not? Like, I wonder if I could do a layout builder. maybe that's worth a try. So changing this to be a layout builder. This becomes this. And then we get this. Or I just I don't think I want that though. I don't think this is going to accomplish what I think it is. I need this to load right now. Is my internet out? Nope. It is not. What the heck? Wrap the inner content with a fitted box. I like the will that work? So it's not using a sized box at all. All right, what did I just copy? Layout builder. Return builder. So it wants me to wrap this inside a fitted box and then wrap that inside a transform.scale. And then we get this for the scale and this for the fit. Okay, let's try reset. So now the hope is that we address some of the overflow errors there. Beautiful. I don't like that they're not showing us the same size though. That is an issue. What if I get rid of that? I don't think that's working. Below fix is not working. Different sizes. Builder. All right, and we're copying scale targets here. Okay. It's gonna want those to be const. Tween animation builder. What? Whoa. Well, then let's do that. I guess we can just try that and see. It's not working. Constraints max height. Do I do that on the main menu? is equal to screen height times. So make it a little bit smaller actually. I guess maybe I do the same thing here. Screen height times 0.62. I don't think that's it, but does what I'm passing in still need to be the fixed sized box? Or screen height times okay, it was before. So it wants me to pass these in. Widget builder, and then up here, my category is with the height. So under like throw type, let's instead be available height. Okay. So I guess the thought being that this instead becomes widget dot height. I don't know. Let's try it. Why did it go up so much? Did I make it go up? Else, screen width, screen height. Those are my constraints. Okay, sure. So if I like kick that out to instead be this, no, because that's not affecting constraints. Constraints max height, max width and max height. So the width and height are substantially larger than they should be, even though I am capping them, essentially. Throw type, widget height, widget width, available height. They don't look terrible. And those are what I'm using. Available width, available height. Column, distance, card height. Width and height. This is now how I'm passing those in. This is how I use them. No, that's the wrong one. Throw type. Available width, available height. And the child widget. When I was instead using media query context with the values shown in the comments, the views looked correct. And now I'm using widget.width and height passed. Everything is greatly exceeding bounds. What are you talking about? I'm lost in this. Come from the size box. Yes, I understand that. Yep. So constraints. Yeah, it makes sense. But inside the child, I'm doing this. And your internal widget was originally incised. My code is set up in a way that when establishing available width and available height, it should be impossible for the view to exceed those bounds. Should be. So why is that not the case? I'm getting a substantial overflow on the center page right now. Printing available width and available height there, 605, 430. Print media width times 0.9. What is scorecard? Width 0.9. So that should be fine. Throw type. Let's give me a reset here. There we go. So the media width is less. Why? No. In the below code, I pass constraints.max width into the widget builder. Per your direction, this should be the constraints of the sized box, which would be the width times 0.9. That's the width I should be passing into the child widget. However, run the below code in the child widget, throw type, this is the printout I get. Pixel size of 16 Pro screen. That's what I'm on, right? 16 plus. $27.96 by $12.90. That can't be right. Oh, here we go. 430 by 932. Okay. It is passing the full width though. Confusing. Huh. Max width and max height. And what does it think the issue is here? Yes, but it doesn't option A again. So can I do this and then pass height to child widgets? Okay. Can I print? Like the card is the right size, right? So let's print there. Builder. That's not what I want to pass. Off-white return card. Clip. No, but available is what I'm using. That makes no sense. How? If I then print child width and height for down, get these are the arguments I pass to my child widget. How come when I print out those values in the child widget, like so? I instead get okay. So it basically wants me to just remove that. Return container, which I do. And then widget build is purple. Purple and blue. There's nothing in between those. Does that just need to go away altogether? I had a reset there. I did this on throw type. So I'm still getting the error. Give me a reset again. Deep round scorecard, child width, that is still what I'm passing. Okay. I still get the below printout despite updating my child widget, so. No, I don't. Where did you see that I had layout builder? That's not from my snippet. assumption. This is how I'm actually passing them. I don't think that's going to do anything. This is a pretty frustrating issue. I don't understand. One thing that does frustrate me about ChatGPT is how just it responds to every answer with, I understand perfectly, and then it gives you a terrible solution that doesn't work. I still don't understand how I can have a value here. Child width. Like, I mean, I guess what? Child width. 2. Just tell me what it says. Does it never print? Child width 2. That never prints. Oh, because that's on completion. Yeah, that makes sense. Duh. So I really can't. Like, what if I print it there? Ha! Do I need a builder here? Maybe, I don't know. No, still getting it. So I print it here, I return the card. Click behavior, no, child container. I don't think that's gonna do anything, but child width, child height. Why? If I could get it to pass the right values in, then we'd be fine. Is it because of the way I'm initializing child width and height? Is it possible that this initialization is changing at some point? Value of child width. I mean, it is rebuilding a ton, but just for every page, I think. And it's always the same. Man, I have no idea. It'll work great if I can just get the sizes to pass through, but whatever I'm printing here between this and this, the value is changing. I don't call it again, but for some reason it's changing. Then why would the values of child width and height be changing from where I print them at the top to where I send them like so? I already tried this once, but at this point, I don't know. It's still printing larger values. Constrained box. Let's just keep adding widgets. Could it actually be because of that? Yeah, no, it's absolutely not. change center page to false. Still didn't change anything. I'm getting different printouts. The child width and height that I'm passing needs to be the dimensions of the center page already. Center page is where my values read are different than what I'm passing. I'm getting a ton of overflow. So now it wants me to wrap inside the card. So let's remove this. Let's remove this. And well, that's where I was already at. Wrapper widget builder, intended widget builder. I guess we'll do it in this one first because this is actually the one that I'm using here. Factor, sized box. Oh, give me a reset. Doesn't look like that changed anything. Even doing this doesn't work. Width and height still print much larger values than what's the point of passing a value if it's not going to be widget? How is this even a thing? I don't understand. Ah, now it's finally clear. Yeah, you said the same thing over and over again. Sure, let's try it. Fitted box. Fitted box. Okay, and then give me this. Seems like that made it slightly better, but still not good. Still overflows. Still getting the same thing. Nope. No, they don't. Factor, remove. All right, going up to printing here, I get the right values. Times scale factor. And facts, you say that the available height values match the full size of my size box. They don't. The size of the sized box match is equal to the values of the child width and child height. The available width and height value is the full width of the screen on a iPhone 16 Plus. I'm using verify this. So I'm going to drop this up here. Is that how I did it in this? Return layout. So ultimately, if I instead just come down and do like this, did I do that the right way? No, I did not. But, oh, it didn't look like it was shrinking. No, I'm still getting the overflow though. Doing this in the child widget. Values, but I'm back to the issue where scroll left and right on the carousel and the view shrinks, which was previously selected, shrinks, content does not, and it overflows the shrinking. Yes, we are back to where I was. Option 3 is manually passing the scale factor. Where is it coming from otherwise? But in all of these, scale factor has to be passed to the child, doesn't it? In option 1, you're robbing I see. Okay. Okay, did I have scale factor up here? I did. So we could wrap this in a widget. We could call it we just fractionally sized box. Let's try that. That's good. I wanted that in the column. I wanted both of them in the column. Okay. Maybe that is creating an issue. Let's wrap the column then with a fractionally sized box. So in theory, if I set them both to 1, nothing should change. But clearly it is. Just doing this setting value. 0 shouldn't change anything, but it's breaking the entire view. I now get this error. Oops. No. No, we're not scrolling. Rapid and expanded. That just can't be good. maybe it's gonna work fine. That is working. Gosh dang. Okay. Whatever. I wonder, like, if I change that to scale factor, does that? What does that do for me? Nope. Doesn't really matter. If I remove this entirely, let me do a reset. It still works just fine. This works exactly. 1, 2, 8, 2. No fractionally sized box or scale factor, just wrapping them and expanded. This seems much more straightforward than your previous 100 suggestions. See if I'm missing anything. I'll stop arguing with it. So, okay, so then what I'm doing in this, which is just constraints width and height, that's what I need to do with the rest of them. So release angle, where'd it go? Here. So this just needs to be width, that needs to be height, flight path, width and height, execution grade, shot miss. I think that should be all of them. And then I don't think I changed my putting ones at all, so they probably already did that. Constraints width and height. And we'll find out. Give me a reset. Let's find out. Find out if that did the trick. That one's still overflowing. I wonder why one and not the other. Probably because of this. Let's try just replacing that and give me a reset. Because I'm still getting the overflow in this view. Goes completely off frame. Yep, that's gone. So that one I'm getting the issue. Main landing options. Widget screen width. Yeah, so here I do throw type. I get the layout builder, so I'm going to need the same thing. Return layout builder, and then return the container. No, not this one. Here. So then I should get this and this. builder. Here I should be able to use the same available height and width here. I don't love that. It's just overflowing and I don't know. I don't know why. Can we up the width of that size box a little bit? Go 9.5. It's closer. Yeah, that is where I'm going to run into issues. Because I still don't think I can just pass that. Right? I mean, surely not. Pretty close. Oop, not that. And if I go available height, then I suppose the real question is this going to work? Or is this going to break horribly around scorecard? So we're going to throw comments around this. And I'm instead going to do this. Close. Main. Landing options. Doesn't want to work. Okay. Where did I create that? Scoring management. No, it's right there. Cancel. All right. Scoring management. Main landing options. That shouldn't need. Why is for putting an argument there? Because it needs to be. Did I create is for putting at some point here? No, I sure didn't. Why? Because it was for. Where do I use it here? It's for putting. There. Literally, that's it. So that needs to go out. Yeah, because this is that was for the deep stats, and I'm taking that out of this. Yeah. No is for putting. None of that. None of that. None of that. That should be good. All right, and then I still have my one error here, which is, does penalty graphic need to be shown? False. I just had this. How did I fix this? Was I missing a parenthesis or something? That was fine. I'm calling it the same way. It's up here. Acquired. State changed. State changed. Set state. On scoring state. Did I just create a variable up here? Is that what? Must have been what I did, right? Does penalty is what, just higher up, I think. Maybe that's what I did. I think this is what I did. Do they all go away? Yeah. Okay, so now I can try reset and see if the normal C1x is still working. Just from taking those buttons out into a separate widget. So we're going to disable, run normal C1x. Clearly it's not. Infinite height. So I probably just need to wrap them in a box. Kind of like I do for this one. else? Let's screen width. 2 brown scorecard. Go way up here. No, where did I declare them? Here we go. Screen width is screen width. Okay. So maybe we just wrap this in a size box. Height 6'3", width. Not quite, but it is close. Nope. It's not quite working. We got close though. Okay, I mean, easy fix. All we have to do is just comment this back out and go back to the original code. But I gotta call it there. I said I was gonna stop 2 hours ago. Some progress made. We're gonna get there. I'll wrap up this video. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.